JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 16th of June 2022. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Thursdays. Yeah, there we go. Today is Thursday. Thursday's morning session where we're gonna have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our jfdbrokers.com website, and specifically the market news and analysis page, which is updated on a daily basis, so I believe you can find it quite useful. Now guys, jumping into the charts, so look at this roller coaster right here, and yeah, we had initially a nice recovery here, mainly due to the this cash index kind of pushing higher yesterday in the US indices. We saw US indices pushing nicely to the upside. Yep, this gave it a little boost here for Nikkei. However, by the end of the trading session today, the index drifted back down, guys. It still remained in positive territory, but of course, it wiped out, let's say, a lot of gain here. So, in other words, yes, it is still holding above this upside line, but somehow the bulls are struggling to push this one higher. However, in order for me to get comfortable, let's say with lower levels, then yeah, I would prefer to see a drop below this 26,358 territory right here. Or actually, let me just adjust this. Bear with me one moment. I think this is going to be this one. We'll take the low of yesterday. At 26,321 zone. A nice good drop below this may open the door towards lower levels. This will confirm a forthcoming lower low, and yeah, potentially more sellers could drive this one towards this highlighted territory that I spoke about previously. But we'll get to that point if we do see that breakout here through this upside line. For the upside, I would need to see a push above this downside line taken from the high of the 14th of September, and if we clear that, then yes, we could go for some higher levels. Initially, of course, we will be aiming for this area near the 27,580 zone. Again, it might be changed depending on how this is going to trade, but let's put it this way. Initially, we'll aim probably for the 200-day EMA, and then we'll take it from there. Shanghai Composite. So yesterday we saw a nice good move to the upside. As you can see here, beautiful hold up near this 3,356 territory. I spoke about that level previously. That's the lowest point of January of 2022, and as you can see, we found strong resistance around here, also near that 200-day EMA, and we drifted back to the downside. However, we will still aim higher on this one because we are still above the this area, which is between the 3,280 and 3,290 levels. I talked about this area before. I mean, I was looking at it as a good resistance area initially. Now we overcame it. Now it could take the role of support. Not to mention, of course, of this upside support line taken from the low of the 27th of April, which also could, do the trick here. So, in other words, if you're looking for some lower levels, I would probably at this point in time, I would would stick to maybe still to this 3,210 zone, somewhere around here, because at the same time we would be placed below this downside line, taken from the high of the 13th of December, and also below the 21-day EMA, or in general above, below all of the EMAs. The German index, DAX, so we're still flirting with this hurdle. I talked about it yesterday, this 13,380. I said to keep an eye on it, but this is where it's kind of working out and not at the same time, because basically what I was saying, that if it manages to stay above this area, then maybe a bit of a rebound here could be possible, but we did drift lower, and this is where it, like I said, it didn't really, it's kind of working out, and like I said, and it's not good, but hey, well, this is the market we're dealing with, to be honest. I mean, we did drop and stay below that 13,380 zone, and well, we didn't really reach my next target, this area near that 13,200 and 150 levels. So instead we kind of climbed back above this highlighted zone, and well, now if we actually take a look at the cash index, we'll see that the index is trading at around 13,520 zone. So we are above even yesterday's close. Now I'm still keeping an eye on that 13,679 zone. I want to see if this is going to provide some sort of a hold up or not. If we do push a little bit more to the upside, if it does provide a hold up, then maybe this is where I will you know, stick to my arrow here, and I will aim lower. Now in terms of the upside, well, initially I would like to see at least a push back above this 13,750 zone. Excuse me, 750 zone here, and then I will aim for this upside line, or for a test of it from underneath, and then yeah, we'll just, you know, take it from there. If we do climb back below this upside line, okay, we'll start aiming higher, but if we don't, then maybe the same arrow could be valid here, maybe something like this could be possible, but again, let's take it from the short-term perspective first. Nasdaq. So yeah, yesterday, as you can see, I mean, as you know, probably yesterday the Fed increased rates. So so yeah, went a little bit over the forecast, but now, I mean, the market took it in a positive way, and initially, and yeah, we saw a huge spike higher here. We are currently sitting on the cash index on the Nasdaq 100 near the 11,530 zone. So basically, slightly below yesterday's close, but still above this barrier right here. This this lowest point of May, or should I say near the lowest point of May, and the low of the 10th of November of 2020. So this is the area that I marked previously. So we're still above it. So that's in a way kind of good for the could be good for the buyers, but I would prefer to see the index actually climbing back above this 11,846 territory, somewhere around here, basically back above this highlighted zone, and then yeah, we could consider a move higher, a little bit of move higher. If we do fall back below this area, below this this hurdle here, this 11,512, then yes, I will aim for the for the downside again. Initially aiming for the current lowest point of this week near the 11,206 zone, and if that gets clear, the forthcoming lower low would be confirmed. The S&P 500, just a quick update, similar story, to be honest, with the S&P. I mean, yeah, we're currently on the cash index, we're sitting somewhere around the 3,775 territory, so yep, slightly below yesterday's close. We're stuck in this little area right here, so if you're looking for some upside, guys, I mean, I would prefer to wait for a move above this 3,900 level, as I mentioned before. For the downside, I will keep an eye on this 3,810 zone. If we continue to respect it, and it acts as a good area of resistance, well, another decline here could be possible. DXY dollar index. So yeah, looking at this picture here, we can see that the index is, well, it did drift lower yesterday. It did initially push higher, of course. Created this nice push above the previous day high, and created a false breakout, and there we go, boom, we drifted back down, we fell back below this 105 territory, and we continued to trade so far below that, or slightly below that, I would say. Actually, let me just zoom in as we speak. I think is, yeah, okay, sorry, it's fractionally above it, but it basically is just oscillating around that area. Okay, so let's see if we can stay below this. If we can, then maybe a bit of a, a larger retracement here could be possible. This is what I said previously. However, if we start pushing back below this 105.41 territory right here, then yep, that's where I will go for some higher levels. Gold, beautiful reversal here, as you can see. Beautiful move to the upside. We managed to reach the 1840 territory. Look at this. I mean, yesterday I talked about the I spoke about this 1828 level first. I said, like, look, I mean, if this 1807 territory provides good support, we might see maybe a nice rebound here. Initially, I'll target that 1828 zone, or if that gets cleared, the 1840 territory, and we managed to reach that. Look at this. I mean, and so far this kind of idea is somehow working out. So let's see if it's gonna work out fully. So what I'm expecting now, so we had our retracement. Can we see another slide? Well, keep your eyes on the DXY as well. If that one starts popping higher here, then yes, we could see gold sliding further south, or to the downside. This one I wouldn't say further, because yesterday we had a push higher, so to the downside, just in general. In terms of the upside on this one, or let's say it's an area after which we could get a little bit more comfortable with, higher levels. I will keep an eye on this 1840 territory for now. It's a very tricky spot, I would say, because if we do climb higher, it doesn't mean that, suddenly we're becoming very, very positive or something. No, it's just that there could be some opportunities here to go north. Let me get rid of this upside line. It's just a little bit in the way here. So we could go higher, yes, but I would say keep your eyes on this. Keep your eyes on this area, these two EMAs, initially the 21-day and the 200-day EMA. Still, if we do, let's put it this way: if we do pop above this 1840 territory, I will target the 1858 zone and also that 200-day EMA. Jumping into WTI oil, look at this beautiful move to the downside, guys. Broke the upside line, and we drifted lower, and once again we are finding a good hold up near this 114.79 level. Once again, I will remind that's the highest point of 2011, this one right here. So we're currently flirting with that area, and the question is, can we break below it? Well, one step has been done already in terms of going to the downside. We broke this upside line, and we fell below the 117.64 zone. Okay, now can we get a drop below this 114.79 area? Well, if we can, then yes, I will go to the downside, and I will aim for this upside line taken from the low of the 2nd of December of 2021. Jumping into Litecoin, so a bit of positivity we can see here. So we had a nice rebound. We pushed from this 41.66 territory. This level here is the lowest point of September of 2020, so we managed to rebound from that area. If we do clear that area, guys, I mean, there are some potential levels here going further south, like for example, let me just zoom in here a little bit. This one right here, no, just bear with me. There we go, that's the one. That's the lowest point of March of 2020, near the 24.85 level, and of course then actually around here, the same area, we do have this target here, which almost coincides with that previous level that I talked about. That's the 22.85 zone. So yeah, keep your eyes on that one. At the moment, like I said, if you're looking for some lower levels, I would say wait for a drop, at least for a drop below the 41.66 territory. Jumping into a few pairs very quickly, AUD, JPY, guys. So this is quite interesting because we are still kind of flirting with this upside line right here, taken from the low of the 12th of May. Look at this. I mean, this week we had a nice test of this upside line. We rebounded from it. We pushed higher, but we're currently struggling with this 94 territory. It's kind of providing very good resistance. Can we get a nice, good, strong, another strong push higher above it? Well, let's wait and see. But if we do, then I'll go for the 95.74 territory right here, or even the 96.88 level, which is the current highest point of June. In terms of the downside, if you're looking for something a little bit more maybe reassuring or something like that, then wait for a break of this upside line and drop below the 92.43 level. That's the current lowest point of this week. If we drop below that, then we will confirm a forthcoming lower low, and yes, we could start aiming to the downside here, maybe even all the way towards this other upside line taken from the low of the 28th of January 2022. AUD/NZD, beautiful. Look at this beautiful rebound here from this upside line, or actually I would say more it's from the 21-day EMA that we got that rebound though. So, and this is one of those moments where I said that wait for a drop below the 1.1028 zone before, let's say, getting a little bit more excited with the downside. And this is one of those moments because we got that violation of this upside line, so it didn't. It kind of did and kind of not, so it provided support, and yeah, it mainly kind of it was the 21-day EMA that did the job. And look at this, we climbed above this 1.1111 territory. I spoke about that area yesterday, and I said that if we push through it, then I will go to the upside, and my next target will be this 1.1176 zone, which we've managed to almost reach. And to be honest, I will say that this is a good achievement here, and kind of mission accomplished on probably 90%. Yeah, now we're just kind of observing this one. I want to see a nice good push above this 1.1176 territory in order to go higher. At the moment, yes, it's quite attractive. It's quite interesting here. But I would say let's keep an eye on it just for now, because it might just trade around here below this hurdle, and maybe form something of an ascending triangle pattern, and then push higher. So if you're looking for some upside, then yes, that's the game plan. For the downside, as I said, the same scenario for me remains. Is the break below the 1.1028 zone. I can see in the chat room here, 83 Madden, good morning to you. I hope you're having a wonderful start of Thursday. I hope everybody else who's joining in right now is having a wonderful start of Thursday as well. So yeah, guys. Jumping into NZD USD. Here, look at this. Yesterday I spoke about this hurdle. This is 0.6217. I said that keep your eyes on it, because if we drop below it, then yes, this may attract a few more sellers into the game, and we could see this one sliding further south. For the upside, I needed to see a nice good move above this 0.6293 territory. We got the move, but we don't have the rate kind of staying still above it. So I would say yes, there is a bit of potential here for this one to maybe go for a larger correction here to the upside. However, keep your eyes on DXY, and if this one's gonna just start popping higher, then well, we could expect NZD actually drifting back down. So in other words, as long as it stays in this little territory right here, I'm just observing the price action. USD JPY. So this one is very interesting, because yesterday I talked about this and I said that if you're looking for some higher levels, wait for at least a pop above this 135.56 territory. This would confirm a forthcoming higher high, and potentially more buyers could join in. For the downside, I needed to see a drop below the 134.48 territory. I spoke about that level actually I was talking about this level from the beginning of this week, and yep, there we go. We got that drop, and today we're seeing a bit of a retracement, but the pair is struggling with that hurdle for now. If we want to go lower on this one, I would say continue monitoring this 134.48 territory, somewhere around there. If we somehow climb and stay above it, then yeah, I'm just kind of, I'm going to take a bit of a neutral stand. If we continue to trade below it, then yes, there is another potential for another slide. So yeah, that's the game plan. It's quite interesting. If you managed to catch it yesterday, guys, congratulations. If you didn't, well, there's always the market always presents itself with opportunities. Evu, yep, I can see you there in the chat room as well. Good morning to you too. So USD CHF. USD CHF, look at it so far, so good. It's working out nicely here. I talked about this yesterday. I said that keep your eyes on this highlighted territory. If we clear it, then yes, I will go to the upside. At the moment, we're finding some resistance. It's going to be quite interesting actually to see what's going to happen here, because if somehow, I mean, we start, drifting, let's say, heavily below this hurdle, below the 0.9873 territory right here, I will go for a larger correction to the downside, and then it will be interesting to see if we can actually respect this upside line again, because what I'm leaning here towards is that I want to see if this is not going to end up being something of a beautiful, very beautiful double top pattern here. But again, way too early for that. It could still drift a little bit lower here, rebound, and push to the upside. So, and then we can kiss our double top pattern goodbye. So, yeah, at the moment, guys, I would say it's if you're looking for some upside, then yes, a break of this barrier is this highlighted territory is needed. If you're looking for some downside, at least in the near term, I would say the somewhere drop below this 0.9873 territory could do the trick. Another thing that you can keep an eye on, just if you want to consider that or not, and my favorite Fibonacci level, you can see that we are currently resting on that 23.6% retracement, so perfect, just ideal trading here. If we drop below the 23.6, then yes, I will. We could start considering maybe a bit of a move lower. But again, like I said, you could use this tool in this way, but don't get me wrong, it doesn't work out all the time. So you still have to kind of have your own head on your shoulders here, and well, you still need to kind of consider different factors. So I would say this way for now, if you want to, let's say, start considering maybe lower levels earlier, then maybe this Fibonacci idea could work out for you. But if not, then I would say keep your eyes on this 0.9873. It's not far from that 38.2% retracement here on the Fibonacci, so maybe this could play out nicely. But again, let's not rush into anything. If you are shorting this one, then I would say have a very tight stop loss, just in case this suddenly reverses, sharply and takes you out. So at least you wouldn't be in a huge loss. But yeah, if you're looking for some upside here, I would prefer to at least wait for a push above this highlighted territory right now, and then do something about it. GBP Aussie. This one I haven't looked at for quite a while, but it's quite interesting, as you can see here. Excuse me. So on one hand, it's quite bearish, because it's kind of drifting lower right now. That's on one hand, because maybe we could see this whole area right here as a possible little range here, maybe a bit of a consolidation area, where yeah, the pair kind of is stuck right now. Yes, we could still go to the downside here, and especially if we drop somewhere below this 1.7279 territory, which is the current lowest point of June, then yes, we could go lower. But I would this is where I'll put my arrow from here. Yes, I will go a little bit lower, but only up until here, this 1.7175 zone. If we provide some support, if that area provides some support here, maybe a bit of a rebound here could be possible. Don't forget that for now, this could be seen as a range, but it also could be seen as a bit of a temporary pause here before a further decline, because the prevailing trend before entering the range here, the prevailing trend was to the downside. So in a way, there is a good chance that this could drift lower. But we will be very careful on this one right now. And another thing for those bulls, actually, what you can do here is just kind of keep an eye on this little upside line. At the moment it's playing out, but don't get me wrong, it's a very tentative line, so it could get easily broken. So at the moment, yes, it's playing out, but for how long? EURUSD. Okay, now this is where I have secretly have drawn the line back. Initially I had this one. Yesterday I kind of redrawn the line and said that, look, let's keep an eye on this one as well. But to be honest, now I'm gonna just keep them all, and because it's quite interesting, and the fact that yesterday we had a strong move to the upside, we pushed above that 1.3550, and this is why I said that if we stay above it, great, we could go a little bit higher. But if we fail, and we actually failed quite significantly here, and we drifted back below this barrier and below this downside line, the one that I had here before. So that's why I've brought it back, because I want to see if this is not going to end up being as a kind of descending triangle pattern. So yeah, let me just mark this one right here, and there we go. So let's see what's going to happen here. I mean, if we drop lower and we drop below that 1.3393 territory and we stay below it, yes, I will go lower. If we push again above this downside line, this shorter term one, and climb and stay above the 1.3550 territory, then yes, I will maybe consider a bit of a larger correction. So there's a lot of maybe considering and stuff like that, a lot of uncertainty. Well, to be honest, I mean, this pair is just sometimes it can be quite crazy. So hey guys, I mean, you can see here, for example, if you were long yesterday and you had the kind of let's say the full right to be long initially, but look at this. I mean, this is, you know, we got that false breakout, and this is why, you know, you need to have your stop loss in place, especially if you're trading this pair. So yeah, it's just to avoid moments like that, guys. So in other words, keep your eyes on these levels, and let's see which way this is going to break out to. EURUSD. So mission accomplished, because what I said was that if we continue to trade below this 1.0460 territory, I will aim for this highlighted zone near the 1.0340 area. And I would say, again, similar way, mission accomplished, only 90%. We almost managed to reach this hurdle. We came very close to it, but yeah, it had a different kind of feeling here, and yeah, there we go. We reversed and pushed back to the upside. However, today we're still trading below this 1.0460 zone, and if we continue to trade below it, then yes, another slide here could be possible. But if we climb back above it, maybe there could be some hope for the bulls. But as I've mentioned before, I will prefer to stick to this 1.0636 territory for now, just to be a little bit more on the safe side with the when aiming for the upside. So yeah, guys, that's it for this session. I hope you found it useful, and I really, guys, thank you very much for the views, for the likes, for the comments. I really appreciate that. So yeah, really helpful. If you want to catch me tomorrow morning, as always, at my Traders Espresso, 6 o'clock GMT time, yeah, we'll see you there. I'll see you there. But for now, have a wonderful trading day. Stay safe, have your stop losses in place, and everything will be fine. Thank you very much, and bye.